Welcome to Media Gumbo. In this list, we're going to go through our top 10 binge-worthy series on Netflix. A few of these shows you might find as hidden gems, while some others you've either already seen, heard about through some review, or dance on TikTok. The great part is, we only pick shows within its first and second season, so you have time to catch up before the next season releases. Either way, without spoilers, we're going to give you our take on the top 10 series on Netflix, and as always, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.
You know bullets go through metal, right? Yeah.
Number 10, The Recruit. A rookie lawyer working with the CIA gets strung up in a menacing international political affair when a spy working alongside the organization threatens to leak information unless their name is cleared. Noah Centineo, who plays Owen Hendricks, the young lawyer, gives a pretty good comedic performance in this crime dramedy. The level of seriousness and comedy gems in this show is almost perfect. If you're looking for action as well, the show gives quite a bit to satisfy on a pleasing budget for Netflix. Is the series original? No, but it is refreshing, and the elements are similar to espionage thrillers with a splash of comedic value. All in all, it is a good watch, and you can catch The Recruit in its first season. Number 9, 1899. If you like shows where you're so caught up in the story by the time it ends you feel like you want to watch it again to see things you may have missed, catch this one. This horror drama, 1899, is about immigrants on a ship traveling from London to the US getting caught in a web of riddles and sadistic mystery of what seems to be something similar to the Bermuda Triangle. This show is without a doubt a supernatural, mystical horror phenomenon that, if you end up liking it, you're going to watch it again for Easter eggs you may have missed the first time. Now, full disclaimer, although this show has good ratings on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, it wasn't enough for the show to get confirmed for a second season. There is, however, a petition on change.org with over 89,000 plus signatures for the show to come back just after debuting this past November, and there's a reason why. It's just that good. This show includes traveling through space-time, reality distortion, and many other things of shows like Lost, Manifest, or Yellow Jackets fans will come to love. If you're into puzzling stories that are injected with horror, sci-fi, A+ writing, and top-notch acting, 1899 is for you. Catch it now on Netflix, still in its first and currently only season.
As powerful as you are here in your realm, dreams rarely survive in the waking world.
Number 8, The Sandman. The Sandman, aka Dream, is a godlike being that controls everyone's dreams, but he's in prison for more than a century, and he has to travel across different realms and timelines to fix problems from when he was absent. If dark world types of material are your thing, The Sandman is the show for you to watch. It's visually rewarding and well acted with almost near-perfect casting for the characters. Some of the CGI may be a pinch contentious, but not enough to take you away from the awesome storyline which keeps you involved almost every step of the way. This might be the type of series that if you start to binge watch it in the early evening, you might not pull away till you've realized it's probably about 3 a.m. the next morning. If you're on the move for something visually stimulating, has a great storyline, into dark world magic and not a Doctor Strange movie, I highly recommend this show if you haven't seen it yet.
Where are you going?
I think better on the road.
Number 7, The Lincoln Lawyer. Fan of legal dramas? This next recommendation is for you. The Lincoln Lawyer follows Mickey Haller, played by Manuel Garcia Rulfo, as an attorney that practices law out of his Lincoln vehicle. After a colleague's death, he takes on his book of law business. What he doesn't know is that it comes with its fair share of trouble. The Lincoln Lawyer doesn't feel too eccentric, but the lead casting and the level of suspenseful drama really works for it. As far as the legal show goes, it's pretty standard fare, but with the execution of Mickey Haller, played by Manuel Garcia Rulfo, you'll want to continue watching it. Netflix also just picked it up for its second season, but I'll say watch the first one now on Netflix.
She wants you to take your shoes off, and she wishes you weren't Polish.
Joking.
A lot of jokes.
Number 6, Mo. Mo is an extremely funny series about a Palestinian refugee moving to America looking for his next dollar and a path to U.S. citizenship. While the show does have elements of crime, romance, and tackling of day-to-day drama for a Palestinian immigrant and his family, it does a fantastic job of not compromising the comedic value of what the show has to offer. Already being set for its second season, the show is innovative, original, and funny as hell. If you need a good pick-me-up with laughter, you can catch the first season of Mo now on Netflix.
The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
Number 5, Wednesday. Though this show is in our top 10, it's not worth mentioning because you already know it's great. Chances are you've either seen it or you've heard about it on just about every social media platform there is. That doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a spot in our top list for best current series on Netflix. Outside of some questionable CGI and maybe about 5% of the show, it is a show that can draw almost anyone in. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and watch it. You can thank Media Gumbo and hundreds of millions of people that saw it for the suggestion later.
Are you asking me how to give a blowjob?
Yeah.
After you just yelled at me for not being a fit mother? Okay.
Number 4, Ginny in Georgia. A 15-year-old named Ginny, played by Antonia Gentry, feels she's more mature than her 30-something-year-old mother, Georgia, played by Brienne Howey. After Georgia's been on the run, she finally wants to settle down and give her daughter a piece of the good life, but unfortunately, her past comes back to bite her. Much of the packed storyline within the series just works. You'll definitely find mature themes like sex, drugs, alcohol, and mental health issues being displayed throughout, but it doesn't take away from its Gilmore Girls meets Euphoria type of feel. In this series, you'll find comedy, dark secret mystery, and loads of drama. If you're seeking a true-to-life type of show on this list that combats today's everyday issues between mother and daughter, catch this show currently in its 2nd season.
There's a void inside of me, inside of everyone.
What is happening to me?
Number 3, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. If you're a fan of del Toro's projects, this series won't disappoint. Cabinet of Curiosities is more of an anthology, which means every show you watch, you're going to get a different storyline with different characters. So if you're into shows like The Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, or The Outer Limits, but with more gruesome twists, I highly recommend this one. You're getting 8 different tales, ranging anywhere roughly between 35 minutes to about an hour long. Watching this, you're getting golf, slasher, and everything in between. You can watch the 1st season of Anthologies right now, currently in its 1st season.
How about we find ourselves a ghost?
Number 2, Lockwood and Company. This web series is about a girl with psychic powers that connects with 2 other teens at a ghost hunting agency. No, not this one. That fights monstrous ghosts running around London. If you're a fan of sarcastic humor, that's what keeps this show going. If not for that, the character building and the narrative wouldn't work out as great, as the show isn't that groundbreaking. What it does lack in originality, it really makes up for in the show's intelligence. It does have somewhat of a noir spooky vibe to it, so if you're a fan of Wednesday or even Stranger Things, as this world is surrounded by what seems to be the 1980s, you will be pleased. This show is witty, charming, has lots of great humor, as well as some good mystery. If I had to rate it by the number of other competitors out there, it's definitely a strong candidate for a top 5 spot in the spooky teen category. Honorable mentions: Kaleidoscope, Anatomy of a Scandal, The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself, Shyamalan. Number 1, Vikings Valhalla. This series follows Leif Erikson, the Norse explorer thought to be the first European to come to the continent of North America. Valhalla is set more than 100 years after the premiere of Vikings in 2013, but you don't have to watch the original to catch up with this one. This particular series is already in its 2nd season, though. Valhalla is more so about the tensions between the descendants of the Vikings and the native English, and things are about to get pretty gruesome between the two. If you're in need of some brute action based on some great battles, loads of sword fights, and gore, check out Vikings Valhalla. There's 2 seasons of this gold currently on Netflix, with a 3rd season set for a future date currently unknown. Are you going to catch any of these shows? Did we mention any of your top shows within the 1st or 2nd season? If so, give us and other followers your suggestions in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe for more Media Gumbo content every week.